Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's Dirty. I'm back. Another video. I'm in my car at the laundromat. Got my clothes in the dryer. But just wanted to talk about what Nintendo decided to do for E3. And I see a lot of people on YouTube, kind of going back and forth with, Nintendo should be there. Oh, it's cool what Nintendo is doing. They're doing a event. So they didn't say what do they call it? Direct. They call it an event that they was going to be doing. And when I watched the video, I was kind of hoping Nintendo was going to be there, My main thing with it is basically just, the crowd. That's it. The crowd is there when Nintendo announced, the games, you get the response from the crowd, the screams, the yells and all that. And that's why I wanted Nintendo there. When they announced the new Zelda, Star Fox and all that, whatever, Retro is working on or the other studios is working on, you get that reaction. And I was kind of down, for a day, like, man, Nintendo should really be there. Not saying that the Direct last year was bad, but I thought maybe they would have went this year. But then it dawned on me, and I'm kind of happy Nintendo is doing it this way. And it took, Next Gen 720, Zaire, it took him to say something, stupid, basically, that had me like, oh, okay, well, this would be a good thing that Nintendo is doing. What Zaire said was, he said that Nintendo is not coming to E3 doing a live press conference because they have nothing to show. They have no games to show. So then I thought about it. I was like, well, they do got some games to show. And last year, when they did it, they showed a whole bunch of stuff. But last year's Direct was only like 40 minutes. 40 minutes of nonstop games. So I put it to you this way. Just think about it. Microsoft and Sony is going to have live press conference, right? What are they going to talk about? They're going to talk about numbers. They're going to talk about sales. They're going to talk about everything under the sun. And then they'll start showing games. Then they'll go and start talking about something else. Then they'll start talking about, a couple of more games. Then they have entertainers come out, and test out the game. Then they have dancers come out dancing on the stage. Like, okay, yeah, that's going to take up, an hour and a half to 2 hours of the press conference. You know what I'm saying? So just imagine if Microsoft and Sony took all that bullshit out of their live direct. Out of their live conference. What they're going to show? How long will the show be? All they're going to show is nothing but games. Just like the Nintendo Direct last year. Without all the unnecessary, bullshit we got to sit through and listen to with crunch numbers and, the Vita this, the Xbox One that, and you know what I'm saying? I don't care about all that. Just let me know what games is coming out for the system, so I can get hyped for it. Because I still want a Vita. So please announce some games for the Vita. A lot of people want to bitch and moan talking about Nintendo. The Wii U has no games. Like, no, the Vita really doesn't have any games or games announced for it that I know of. Okay, now back to, the live press conference. If Sony and Microsoft did the exact same thing, how long would you think their show would be, their press conference would be? No more than 40 minutes, maybe an hour. That's it. Tops. If them showing games for the Xbox One and the Xbox 360, straight out, no talk about numbers, no talk about sales, none of this crap, it would be the exact same thing Nintendo was doing. Nintendo was cutting out all the middle BS. You know what I'm saying? Because few years ago, Nintendo had some crappy directs, especially the one they did with what was that? Skyward Sword. The one they had like the Wii Music dude playing like he playing drums. Like, I'm like, really? Like, this is stupid. But it, like I said, it took Next Gen 720 to say something stupid, and then I thought about it like, Nintendo, yeah, do it. You don't have to be at E3. You know what I'm saying? It would be nice to hear the roar of the crowd when they announce these games. You know what I'm saying? But they just going to be talking about games. And if you watch last year's Direct, it was game after game after game, 3DS, game after game for that. So I'm like, okay, do it, Nintendo. You know what I'm saying? Do it. Because you're going to just show nothing but games. You're not going to go into numbers. You're not going to go into what you predict, you know, what's going to sell, or, you know what I'm saying? None of this BS. You're not going to have, you know, Usher coming out, dancing across the stage and all this. All we want to know is about the game. I care less about Usher playing. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure y'all already gave him a free damn Xbox. So why do I care to see him dance? He just danced for an Xbox, you know? So for people, you know, even Nintendo fans bitching and moaning about Nintendo needs to go to E3. Now, I say they don't. They don't have to go. Do what you're doing because you're showing games. You're not bringing 18 different people up on stage doing comedy skits and just unnecessary stuff, you know what I'm saying, for an hour and a half to 2 hour event. Because when I watched last year, Microsoft and Sony, I'm telling you, man, I was like drowsing, like I was dozing off trying to watch them. Like, man, like, come on, y'all, like, show some more games, you know, talk about something interesting, you know what I'm saying? They got these long, drawn out speeches and, you know what I'm saying? Like, really? Just show the games. That's what E3 is supposed to be about. Now, while Nintendo is doing that, you don't have to go to their press conference because you could be out on the floor playing the games. You know what I'm saying? And now Nintendo said, hey, you know what? We're going to do what we did last year. We're going to be at Best Buy and we're going to have Smash Brothers there. So I'm like, man, that's cool. You got Smash Brothers there for people to actually play it. Now, they got Nokia Theater where they having a Smash Brothers Wii U tournament. Like, I think 14 of the best Smash Brother players. Then they get to play the new Smash Brothers on the Wii U in a tournament. Man, that's cool. That's awesome as hell. So I could just imagine what else Nintendo is going to have at Best Buy alongside of, you know, the Smash Brothers Wii U. You know, they could have Bayonetta ready to play because I'm pretty sure that game is ready to come out. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure that game should be coming out right after E3. I want to say it should come out before E3, but right after E3, that game should be dropping. So, yeah, I mean, that's just what I think about it. You know what I'm saying? At first, I was like, man, I wish Nintendo could have been there. But why I wanted Nintendo to be there? Just for the crowd. Just to roar the crowd when they announce those games that people like. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing you're going to be missing. Well, not the only thing, because you're going to be missing all that long out, drawn out speeches, you know what I'm saying, that Reggie and them be talking about and all that, and numbers and figures and sales, and I don't care about all that. Now, I'm telling you, if Microsoft and Sony, when you watch their conference this year, or you go back and watch the last year, take all that hour and a half, 2 hours, and then really break it down. What did you see? A lot of unnecessary stuff going on stage when it just could have been directly talking about games. And I'm kind of glad Nintendo actually took this route, because even though last year I think it could have been longer, maybe an hour of just showing games, but it was 40 minutes. And that was 40 minutes of showing games for the 3DS and the Wii U, which was cool. Now, if Microsoft and Sony would actually do the same thing That would be awesome as well. You know what I'm saying? That would be awesome if they did the exact same thing as, you know what, let's do our, event and tape it. You know what I'm saying? And we don't have to talk about numbers. We don't got to talk about this. We don't got to talk about that. We could just show our games, for our customers, so they can get hyped up on them and go out and buy it. So, yeah, I like what Nintendo doing now. You know what I'm saying? Thanks to Next Gen 720 Zaire, for making that statement. Oh, Nintendo ain't showing up because they don't got nothing. But Nintendo don't have to have a 2-hour show if they not talking about just games, because they're going to break it up. They're going to come out. Reggie going to talk about some blah, 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 blah. Now, he going to show you some games for the 3DS. Going to show a few games. He going to come back, blah, 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 blah. He going to bring somebody else out on the stage, blah, 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 blah. We don't need all that. All we need is to see the games like Nintendo did last year. And if Microsoft and Sony do the exact same thing, I'm telling you, it'll be so smooth. We don't care about numbers. You know what I'm saying? We don't care about sales. You know what I'm saying? Just let us know what's coming out so we can be like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what's coming out on the Vita so I could pick up a Vita. You know what I'm saying? Announce some games for it. You know what I'm saying? I think last year they announced like 3-4 games. I'm looking, I'm like, man, okay, what else y'all got for the Vita? I'm like, maybe they're going to come back around to the Vita and say, no, they didn't. I'm like, why is you not supporting the Vita? Like, you got a person that wants to buy the Vita, but you're not announcing games for it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to play port games. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to play, Capcom versus Marvel Ultimate 3. And I got that on the 360. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I ran it long enough. You know what I'm saying? I think Microsoft and Sony should do the exact same thing that Nintendo was doing. You just won't have the roar of the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Clapping and cheering. You know what I'm saying? But they are going to be having, games. You know what I'm saying? So, I put it to you like this. I don't need to hear the crowd cheer and holler and scream, you know what I'm saying, when they announce Zelda, you know what I'm saying, F-Zero, Star Fox, you know what I'm saying. I don't need to hear that because I know that those people are hyped for the game anyway, so it's cool. So if Nintendo can just go a little bit longer on this event that they have, this live event they having, make it a little longer than 40 minutes of showing games, which I'm pretty sure they are. That'd be awesome. Make it an hour. You know what I'm saying? Of just showing different games for the 3DS and the Wii U. That'd be awesome. And if Microsoft and Sony can do the same thing next year, that would be a killer. That would be a killer right there to just knock all that BS out the way and just let us know about the games. But I'm about to go back in here, man. I'm pretty sure my clothes is almost about dry so I can get back to the crib. Still a little sleepy. So I'll talk to you guys later. It's dirty. I'm out. Now washing them clothes. Peace.